So, this will be my review of The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. I had always been meaning to see the Conjuring movies, 1 and 2, and the whole Conjuring universe, but I had never gotten to it until now. But, literally the day before, not even the day, it was literally the day of. I was watching the first Conjuring movie and the second Conjuring movie, and I was pretty invested. It unravels like a mystery that I can very well get along with. I just wish the investigative aspects of it took place in a courtroom. The trailers advertised the movie like it was going to be some big legal battle, and who doesn't love a legal battle? I do. I'd love to be in the courtroom one day. On the judging side, of course, sitting with my jury of peers, not on the stand. But I probably will end up there eventually, though. But yeah, in the advertisements, the promotional material, it was saying that this was the case that shocked America. But we really didn't get to see America be shocked by it. This was a pretty isolated incident. There were some interweaving plot lines, with Arnie being accepting the demon into him and then kind of carrying the demon into different places in the world. That was pretty good to explore that, but that's pretty much the farthest it reached. And literally in the trailer, in that scene where you see Arnie in the courtroom, that's literally 3 seconds of the movie at the very end. And they take those 3 seconds, okay? They put it in the trailer and they milk that and make it seem like you're gonna watch some My Cousin Vinny type crap. But that did not happen. Man, I am starved for My Cousin Vinny. I didn't realize that until now, but damn, that was a good movie.
Oh, Vinny, I'm watching you go down in flames, and you're bringing me with you, and I can't do anything about it.
And?
But this didn't fulfill that mystery aspect. It was kind of, the mystery was thrown together very sloppily. I mean, we were introduced to this other pastor, and then we see that the daughter was devilish. But when you're introduced this stuff and then given the answer in the same movie, you got to build things up over time. And The Conjuring was pretty good at building things up over time. Like when Lorraine Warren had these visions of her husband Pat, or not Pat, sorry, that's the name of the actor, of her husband Ed dying, and they keep building that up in the next film until it almost comes into fruition. Yeah, I hate that word. I always mess it up. If what we had gotten is that the Warrens made some headway with the investigation to try to free Arnie's name of the devilish filth, and then we would cut to them kind of bringing that to the case, maybe dramatically running into the courtroom, I would have loved that. There was so much potential. But I also understand that that's probably not how real life happened, and that's why they didn't do that. But I'm pretty sure quite a bit of this stuff isn't super realistic anyway. Because the Warrens almost die, repeatedly in these very, dramatic ways. I'm surprised they survived. Honestly, you shouldn't be that aware all the time. They're on some next level shit, beyond Lorraine's psychic visions. They are fucking on top of things. And I just found that, way too unrealistic, even for this. I kind of wish that Arnie and Arnie's girlfriend, sorry, I don't remember her name. I'm not sexist, I swear, I just forgot her name. I kind of wish that they had a more meaningful relationship, that they actually talked about what they were interested in the films. I hate relationships that are just two people I like you, I like you. I hate that. Oh my gosh, that's not how they work. I mean, I've never been in a true relationship, but if that's what it is, I don't want any part of that. I don't want to make my brains mush and just pet people all the time. People are people. They talk about real things, okay? They don't just say, "Oh, I love you. Let's run away together." I mean, sometimes they do that. They do that type of Bonnie and Clyde type shit, but build them up as people. I'm getting a little angry and maybe a little jealous or something. I don't know. But let me tell you some things I liked from the film. I liked that big, like, oh god, I burped. I liked that big, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, but it was this corpse that they found at the morgue, or the, well, an autopsy place is a morgue. What am I talking about? That body that they found at the morgue, it was like, it was this androgynous thing. That's what I remember it as. And it was so creepy because it was being puppeted by the evil spirit. And I just thought that that was a great suspense thing to do. And the fact that it came back later, and as an audience, we see that creature and we're thinking, we're not in the morgue anymore. We're somewhere else. But why do we see it? Then when they reveal that it is Lorraine, and she's like just telling Ed, this is just a vision you're having, don't hurt me. That was so genius. I love stuff like that, where they don't cheat the audience and things do have physical restraints. They can't just manifest wherever they are. And in ghost movies, you don't get a lot of that. It's really just a free-for-all of flying plates and spoons and shit. I'm glad that it was true to reality. I also liked how they explained, like, curses a bit more, and about how they were different from possessions. Like, curses, you have to, like, have, like, a physical object in the place that the person's in to kind of, like, put the curse in them. And they found that little emblem, that, like, skull-looking satanic thing. I like how that was kind of like a motif, I guess I'll say, because it was recurring, and it gave a structure, like, and I'm sure, I mean, I don't know how real demonology stuff works, but that's kind of, like, they explain it really well, the difference between these specific types of hauntings. I also really liked the waterbed scene where, you know, the face is coming up and it's like pushing through, you know. That was really good. And that's probably where I'll say the extent of my gratitude is. I didn't really like the blood shower scene with the little kid. That was like right next to the waterbed scene. So yeah, this movie is kind of hit or miss with each passing minute. I definitely don't think that it is better than the second movie. I think the second Conjuring movie, and I mean like the Conjuring 2 when I say that, I think that was the best one of the three that have come out. I don't really know how much more things that the Warrens have gone through. I don't know how many more there are, but I would really hope that they would try to maybe spice it up, because I don't know if they're pulling the most interesting first for these, like, movies, or if they're saving some good stuff for later on. And maybe it's just the fact that a lot of their work has loose ends. I do plan on reading their book one day to explore the paranormal stuff. I am really into that kind of stuff right now. You know what? Honestly, I might just come out with a review of The Conjuring 2, because that is a much better structured movie than this one. The main flaw of this movie is the awful structure. It is just so scattered. Like, it has a really good middle, okay, but the beginning and end, yikes. And in retrospect, I think that the reason that the court was, like, the specific court case was not focused on was because it didn't have a pretty ending. He was still, I believe he was just, like, sentenced to life, and his girlfriend kept visiting him, which is not a beautiful way to tie things up. And so you'd kind of be teasing people if you just built that up for it to only end in sadness. So I suppose that's why it wasn't focused on that. But I would at least just hope that next time that there's a movie like this, they don't advertise it like it's going to be a court case movie, because Gosh dang it, I wanted a court case movie! I don't know if you guys understand. I was really expecting Ed and Lorraine Warren to lawyer up, but they didn't really do that. They lawyered down. They lawyered down. I watched this movie with my friends, and I kind of wish I had just like stayed home and watched the second movie with them. I mean, because that's a much better introduction into what this series can be. Really, the Conjuring movies, what most of them are, James Wan movies, really, what most of them are is just jump scare after jump scare. And that's just his style. But it does get old if you don't introduce new formats. The way this movie was formatted was a missed opportunity for sure. So, should you see this movie? Yeah, I guess, if you like movies based off real things. But that's really the only real reason I'd urge you to see it. That being said, I do think we should go out and see movies regardless, because I believe that the theater industry is dying, and I am actually scared that we will no longer have like physical walk in, sit down with other people movie theaters. So please do support them, even if they're charging a little bit higher prices right now, because it won't be that way forever if we equalize the economy. Well, that's the review. I hope you guys have a happy 4th of July. I had a pretty happy 4th of July for the most part. I went to my aunt's house, saw some fireworks, talked a little bit, had a little bit of fun. But I did get a cross-shaped sunburn. That sunburn from the thumbnail, you know, that one, yeah, that's a real thing. It took a lot of dermatological therapy to cure that. And I'm starting to think that I have a curse put upon me. Word of advice for all you 4th of Julyers out there. Do not wear a cross-shaped monocle when you're chilling out in the sun. You will regret it. So that's my 2 cents. This has been Nicholas Lane for Rhetoric Nick. I'm out. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm not yours. You don't own me. I'm not one of your little toys. You don't own me. Something, something, little boys. Na, na, na.